Okay, let's see. How does an aircraft fly? Through the four forces of flight: lift, weight, thrust, drag. Lift is generated by the wings based on the Bernoulli principle, which states if a fluid accelerates, its pressure decreases. There's a higher pressure over the wing than under the wing. This pressure differential creates lift. Thrust is generated by the engine. Weight is the load of the aircraft that gets pulled down by the gravitational force of the Earth. And drag is the air resistance through air resistance, which slows down the aircraft's forward movement. And the lift has to overcome the weight in order for an aircraft to take off. Oh, you want radio? I can give you radio. They call me MCB. What are the four forces of flight? Drag, lift, thrust, and weight. What is lift? What is the formula of lift? How is lift generated? A lift is the force that lifts up a body off the ground. Lift is high enough. It is generated by the airfoils, based on an airplane by the airfoils, based on the Bernoulli principle that when a fluid's speed increases, its pressure decreases. The pressure differential at the top and the bottom of the wing is what creates lift. And the lift formula is L equals 0.5 times D density times V velocity square times S wingspan times the L coefficient of lift, which is dependent on angle of attack and the airfoil design. What are the primary flight controls of an aircraft? The aileron for banking, the longitudinal axis, the elevator for the lateral movement or lateral axis, the pitch up and down, and the yawing axis for the yawing movement. How do the ailerons of an aircraft work? The ailerons move in opposite directions on each wing. For example, if you would input a right aileron, the right aileron will go up, the left aileron will go down, which will increase a lift on the left wing and decrease lift on the right wing. That differential in lift is what's gonna create the banking or the turn movement. Describe in detail how an aircraft turns or banks when the control column is moved right or left. In this example, I'll give it it's moved right. The right aileron goes up, the left aileron goes down. That means there's more lift on the left wing than the right wing, which creates a banking movement. And a climb or descent is initiated when you it's too loud. When you push the control column forward or pull it back, and when you pull it back, the nose goes up, it initiates a climb. The elevator goes up as well. If you push it forward, the elevator goes down and it initiates a nose down movement, descent. In a descent, you generally want to take off thrust power or engine power, because you will generally accelerate naturally, and then if you climb, you might need additional thrust. Speed management purposes. Why does an aircraft not spin when you roll the aircraft? A spin can only happen when an aerodynamical stall occurred, as well as pretty big yawing movement is present. So a normal standard roll will never cause a spin. What is a stall? How does it happen? A stall occurs when the aircraft wings don't generate enough lift, and it can cause a rapid loss in altitude. And it happens because the critical angle of attack is exceeded or reached. What do you do when an airplane experiences a stall? You should level the wings and then unload the wings by reducing the angle of attack, pushing the nose, pushing the control stick forward, which initiates a nose down movement, and potentially also increase thrust as necessary until full flight controls are regained. Explain what is fly-by-wire. Fly-by-wire is a flight control system which converts the pilot's inputs into electronic signals, which get processed by a computer and then sent to actuators, which then move the control panels in turn, or control surfaces of the plane. Describe the general layout of an aircraft cockpit and some of its functions. Instrument panel right in front of you. It has the primary flight instruments. A glare shield above the instrument panel, meant to protect you from reflection and glare, reflective light and glare. Above that, we have the overhead panel, which has auxiliary. How do you say that word? Spelling it is one thing, but saying it, auxiliary. Okay. It has auxiliary controls like cabin pressurization, air condition, electrical power, lights, etc. And then in between the two seats, you have a panel with the engine controls, the navigational controls, and the communication controls. Then, depending on the aircraft, you have a side stick or a yoke in front of you or to your side. And the rudder is at the feet of the captain. Or of the pilot. Name the common instruments found in the cockpit. The altimeter, which indicates your current altitude. The vertical speed indicator, which indicates your rate of climb or descent. The heading indicator, which indicates your heading. The airspeed indicator, which indicates your airspeed. The attitude indicator, which indicates the position of the aircraft relative to the Earth's horizon. And the turning coordinator, which indicates the turn or the rate of turn or bank that the airplane currently has. What is an HUD? Can pilots land without an HUD? An HUD is a heads-up display, and it serves to simplify gathering the information process for pilots. A pilot can certainly land without one. It simply makes it easier to land. Name one instrument to look at when the aircraft is flying straight and level. The altimeter, the turn coordinator, the vertical speed indicator, the attitude indicator, and attitude indicator, turn coordinator, vertical airspeed indicator, altimeter. There was one more. Heading indicator. The climbing and descending, the vertical speed indicator, the altimeter, or the attitude indicator. Turning, the heading indicator, attitude indicator, or the turn coordinator. illustrate and describe how a turbofan engine works. The turbofan engine creates lift in two ways. The first traditional way is the engine intakes air, compresses the air gets mixed with fuel, the mixture gets ignited, it combusts, and the exhausts create thrust. And the second way a turbofan engine creates thrust is by intaking air, but some of that air bypasses the core engine completely, gets accelerated by the fan. That accelerated air leaves outward and creates thrust as well. What is a high bypass engine? A high bypass engine is a turbofan engine with a high bypass ratio, which means a lot of the air that gets taken in completely bypasses the core of the engine, gets accelerated by the fan, and leaves outwards, which then creates thrust. Also makes an engine in general more fuel efficient and quieter. What are the differences between turbofan, turboprop, and turbojet? Turbofan engines are mostly used in commercial aircraft. Turbojet engines are mostly used in high-speed aircraft that can fly higher or fly faster than the speed of sound. Or at the speed of sound. And turboprop engines are perfect for short commute flights, as well as training aircraft, because the engine is most efficient at lower speeds, lower altitudes, and shorter distances. How does a propeller engine work? A propeller engine works much like a normal engine. Same cycle. Air gets taken in, compressed, mixed with fuel, ignited, combusts, but that combustion and the exhaust, instead of creating thrust, it powers the propeller, and the difference of pressure in front and behind the propeller is what creates the thrust in the propeller machine. What are the differences between jet engines and propeller engines? The thrust. The jet engine creates thrust by creating pressure. The whole combustion cycle. And that exhaust creates thrust. The propeller engine operates in the same way, except that the exhaust powers a propeller in the engine, which then in turn creates thrust via the different pressure before and after, or in front and the back of the propeller. Speed. Jet engines are made for high speeds, and propeller engines are typically made for lower speeds. Efficiency. Jet engines are most efficient at higher altitudes and higher speeds, whereas propeller engines are more efficient at lower speeds and lower altitude. Jet engines are typically used in aircraft that fly long distances and quickly, whereas propeller engines are mostly used in short commute aircraft, training aircraft that don't need to fly fast or at a high altitude. What is bleed air? What is it used for? Bleed air is compressed air that gets taken from the compression stage of the thrust creation. And the bleed air is used for auxiliary systems such as air conditioning, de-icing, cabin pressurization, etc. During cruise at cruising altitude for commercial aircraft, give the approximate altitude it is flying at 30,000 feet and above. Reason being that the air is thinner there, which means there's less drag, which makes flying up there more fuel efficient. Also, it allows you to avoid a lot of the weather-induced turbulences since you're flying above the clouds. The cabin altitude will roughly be 6,000 to 8,000 feet, 6,000 or closer to 6,000 in the newer aircrafts, and the older aircraft is closer to 8,000. and the main purpose is safety, as well as passenger comfort. The atmospheric temperature outside the aircraft is extremely cold. It is 30 degrees Celsius or minus 30 degrees Celsius and below. Every 1,000 feet, roughly, or every 1,000 feet of altitude, roughly makes it 2 degrees colder, 2 degrees Celsius colder. And the pressure increases roughly by 1 inch of mercury per 1,000 feet. I don't know why you need to know that, but I just want to know that. What do the runway numbers describe and mean? Runway numbers describe the orientation of said runway to the 10 around to the 10 degrees, meaning if it's runway 05, it is a northeasterly heading, but if you take the opposite approach, it would be a southwesterly heading, because 180 degrees would make it runway 23 then. Yeah, and runways are numbered 1 to 36. What is Changi Airport's runway orientation? 02 or 20, depending on which way you're coming from, which means northeasterly or southwesterly orientation. What are the two devices that are used to maneuver the plane on the ground? The tiller and the rudder. What are the V-speeds? Describe the common V-speeds. V1 is the decision speed. Exceeding this speed prohibits a pilot, or after exceeding this speed, pilots are prohibited from rejecting the takeoff. You have the rotation speed, the speed at which the pilot is rotating the aircraft. You have the takeoff safety speed, the minimum speed an aircraft is safe to take off with. Any speed below that would be too slow to secure or to ensure safe takeoff. And then you have the reference speed, which is used during final approach to make sure that the airplane does not stall. Why do pilots take their hands off the thrust lever throttle at V1? Because after exceeding V1, the pilot is prohibited from rejecting takeoff. State the typical takeoff, cruising, and landing speeds of a commercial aircraft. Takeoff speed is roughly 150 miles per hour. The cruising speed is roughly 575 miles per hour. And the landing speed is also roughly 150 miles per hour. What is the purpose of wingtip devices? The main purpose of wingtip devices is to reduce drag by smoothing out the air at the wingtips, which in turn makes an aircraft more fuel efficient. And increases its performance. Name the different types of drag. So we have the interference drag. That's when different, or when air collides at different speeds. You have the skin friction drag, which is caused by the smoothness or lack thereof of the aircraft, or the wind hitting those rough spots of the aircraft. You have the form drag, which is air hitting the aircraft or the airfoil. You have a wave drag, which is caused by planes flying at or above the speed of sound. And you have the induced drag, which is connected to lift and happens at the wingtips. For example, wingtip vortex. And then the parasitic drag is basically the overarching term of the interference drag, skin drag, and form drag. Wings, you have the swept back wings, which are commonly used by commercial airliners because at high speeds they are fuel efficient and have minimal drag. Sorry, not fuel efficient, they're more stable and have lesser drag at high altitudes and speeds. Then you have the delta wings, which are used by aircraft that fly at the speed or faster than the speed of light. Sound. And some of its advantages are, of course, it's very efficient at flying at high speeds, but also allows you to have a high angle of attack during lower speeds, which can increase your lift at lower speeds. But just like the swept-back wings, the maneuverability at low speeds is not that good. And lastly, you have the rectangular wings, which the design is very simple and cheap, which means it's mostly used for training aircraft nowadays or for short commute aircraft because of the stability and efficiency it offers at low speeds. Wingtip devices, we have the winglets, which minimize the formation of wingtip vortices. You have the raked wingtips, which create improves fuel efficiency takeoff time. What? I don't know why it says that. You have the blended winglets, which have the purpose. It's basically an upgraded version of the winglets, which also have the purpose of reducing the interference drag at the joint of the wing and the said winglets. And the sharklets have the same purpose as the blended winglets, but Airbus uses them. What is that? The general purpose of wingtip devices is to reduce drag, which in turn improves aircraft performance and fuel efficiency. Flaps. You have the plain flaps. You have the slotted flaps. You have the Fowler flaps. And one of them, I don't know. Split flaps. Right, split flaps. And the general purpose of all flaps is to increase the camber. The camber of the wing. Camber. How do you even say that?
Camber.
Faulty camber.
Camber. So yeah, the main purpose is that when they are extended, it increases the camber of the wing, which increases the angle of attack, which makes it generate more lift. Ideal for low speed maneuvers such as takeoff and landing, and they can also be extended to create or induce additional drag to slow an airplane down, especially during descent. slats. All slats have the primary purpose of increasing lift, especially at low speed maneuvers such as landing and takeoff. You have three types of them. You have the fixed slats, which are always in place, which also cause some drag during high speeds and high altitudes. You have the automatic slats, which automatically extend when a certain angle of attack is reached. And you have the power slats, which are electronically controlled by the pilot. And they are also the most commonly used, just like the Fowler flaps are the most commonly used. What are flaps and how do they work? Flaps are devices that are mounted on the leading edge of the wing, and their main purpose is to increase the camber of the wing, which increases its angle of attack, especially at low speed maneuvers such as landing and takeoff. The additional lift is very welcome, and it can also induce additional drag during landing or when you just want to slow down the plane during descent. Describe the pitot stasis system found in commercial aircraft. And the pitot stasis system is a network of tubes that measure and compare the dynamic pressure and static pressure, and based on the difference of the two, it will give readings to the vertical speed indicator, the airspeed indicator, and the altimeter. What are the various crosswind techniques in landing an aircraft? The crab method, the side slip method, and the decrab method. The crab method is that you turn the nose of the aircraft towards the side wind or crosswind and kind of drift in the side wind. The side slip method is that you intentionally bank the aircraft into the crosswind to minimize its factor, which is very effective, especially for landing smoothness. And you have the decrab method, which is a combination of both of them, where you start in the crab method and you end in the side slip method. Name some examples of twin-engine aircraft. You have the Piper Seminole and the Diamond DA62. Three-engine aircraft, you have the Boeing 727, and four-engine aircraft, you have the A380 and the Boeing 747. Yeah. I mean, there's 100% that I'm missing some things for everything that I'm saying. Like, this stuff is super complicated and really in depth. What is your favorite aircraft? Tell me some details about it, and why it is your favorite aircraft? What is so special about it? My favorite aircraft is the A350 because it is incredibly versatile. It can fly short distances all the way up to ultra long haul flights. It can carry an incredible amount of passenger and or cargo. Thanks to its XWB Trent engines, two of them. It is faster, quieter. It is faster and quieter than some other aircraft of its size. And I would probably stop here and then just say that the A350 is the first aircraft where I had the pleasure of visiting the cockpit. And it's also the aircraft that I started watching my initial aviation videos of interest on. But if you want to know more, It has cameras mounted beneath it that give the passengers the opportunity to enjoy the view, but it also gives the captain or the pilot the chance to scan surroundings for potential obstacles. You have an airport navigational system, which is basically like an airport map, which increases situational awareness. Woo! Do you prefer Airbus or Boeing? Why? I personally prefer Airbus because I believe uh, their autonomous and digital approach is more future proof, whereas Boeing believes in a more like traditional way. They still use some technology, but it isn't as autonomous as the Airbus is. On top of that, there have been a lot more Boeing accidents reported. Well, that's a pretty biased point of view, but just from what I've seen, heard, and read. And from a very personal view, Airbus is also better because it's easier to get type rated on different aircraft than it is on Boeing. What are the main differences between an Airbus and a Boeing aircraft? The main difference is the degree of automation and the way it is enforced. For example, on an Airbus, Airbus aircraft in general are very autonomous and safety features are enforced. Which means if a pilot tried to intentionally stall the aircraft, the Airbus wouldn't let them because of the protective systems. Whereas in a Boeing, if you did that, you could definitely stall the aircraft because there are some protections in place, but they aren't as enforced. And that's because the Airbus runs on 3 different laws: the normal law, the alternate law, and the direct law. And in the normal law, all the protections are enforced. Then if the health of the aircraft deteriorates, then the law also deteriorates to alternate law, which reduces or removes some of the enforcement of the safety features and gives more manual control to the pilot. And then you also have the direct law, in which the protection is minimized and the pilot has full manual control over the aircraft. But this only happens when a lot of the aircraft systems are compromised, and it would generally be a pretty bad spot to be in. And yeah, as I said, Boeing, they also have some technology assistance and safety feature assistance, but their philosophy is that the pilot should always have the last say. So safety features are there, but not as enforced. That's not necessarily true, right? No, Boeing also uses fly-by-wire. Well, I mean, from what I see, it's 777 and 787. But they both use it because Boeing finally accepted that it's superior. Congrats, Boeing. Well done. What are the 2 differences between cockpit and Airbus? What are 2 differences of the Boeing and Airbus cockpit? First difference is that the Boeing has a control yoke and the Airbus has a side stick. And the Airbus uses an autopilot, whereas the Boeing renamed it to mode control panel instead. Hopefully that's enough. Because we know what they mean by cockpit differences, because I've never really been in one. Describe how you will control or what you will input on an Airbus or Boeing to make them turn or bank. I don't understand this question because it sounds really simple. But to turn or bank, you just move the control stick right or left. And to descend or climb, you pull it back or push it forward. All right. Why are the Airbus A350 and Boeing 787 more efficient than older aircraft? Because of lighter composite materials. Carbon fiber is commonly used nowadays, whereas before it was, or the airframe was made out of aluminum. Aluminum. How do you say that word, bro? Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Aluminum. Aluminum.
Aluminum acetate.
Aluminum. Aluminum. Okay. As opposed to the older aluminum airframes, the engines are more effective nowadays, and the planes are generally designed in a more aerodynamic way than the older aircraft. What are the main differences between the Airbus A350 and Boeing 787? The A350 has outdone the Boeing in pretty much all aspects, which comes with the drawback of increased size. The A350 is bigger than the 787. However, the 787 tends to be a little more quiet, which can lead to more passenger comfort. That's it. I mean, yeah, of course you use the ailerons to turn or bank, and you use the elevator to climb and descend, but it literally asks, describe how you will control or what you will input on an Airbus or Boeing to make them. To turn, side stick right or left, which uses the ailerons. Climb, back or forth, which uses the elevator. But it's like I feel like a super trick question. But it's really simple. I probably want you to overthink that stuff. So yeah, A350 is pretty much superior in everything, but it's bigger, and the 787 is in turn smaller and quieter. How do the Airbus A350 and Boeing 787 differ in terms of engines? The A350 only has one engine option, which is the Trent XWB engine, whereas the 787 has two options for engines, the Trent 1000 and the General Electric Gen X engine. No idea what Gen X means. What does Gen X mean? General Electric Next Generation. General Electric Next Generation. I mean, I don't think I need to know this. But in my last interview, it was actually asked. I told them about the XWB engines, and they literally asked me what it is, and I couldn't answer, of course, because I have very limited time on my aviation knowledge. I was like, no idea. So it really looks like I'm just some pepek that just reads up on everything and learns it by heart. But that's what I am, because I've never had proper flight training or anything, you know, or like flight school. So I don't really know any other way of doing it. But yeah, generally the Trent XWB engines have a bit more power and are a bit more efficient than the other two engines. Okay. Well, it happened, man. Why does Boeing 777X have foldable wingtips? Because it is generally bigger than the 777 with unfolded wings, and it's purely out of accessibility reasons. So they can fit into the same gate airports the 777 could fit into. What are bleedless engines and how do they work? Were there any issues with this? Bleedless engines do not extract the bleed air in the compression stage, and that will lead to better engine efficiency, which will in turn lead to more fuel efficiency. However, there is redundancy safety concerns because if the electronics fail, which are massively more strained when using bleedless engines, all the systems will shut down. Because now the auxiliary systems such as cabin pressure, air conditioning, de-icing, all have to be done electronically as well, because the bleed air isn't there to help. Which aircrafts have serrated engine nacelles and engine chevrons? Why are they designed this way? Some of the Boeing aircraft use the engine chevrons, and it's mostly to make the aircraft more quiet. But both Airbus and Boeing use the nacelle, the engine nacelle, which is a casing around the engine to protect it from debris and all that, while also making sure, while also reducing drag a little bit. How can you differentiate and tell different commercial aircraft apart, both interior and exterior? Exterior, there are a couple of differences. The ones I know are mainly from Boeing and Airbus. For example, Airbus's nose is round and the cockpit windows are round, whereas Boeing's nose is more sharp, like sharper shape, and the cockpit windows are a bit sharper, more like a V shape. You can differentiate by their size, of course. The size of the aircraft is an indicator. The wing design, the engine placement, the amount of engines. Lots of ways to figure it out. And interior, the easiest way to tell a wide body apart from a narrow body is that wide bodies have a lot more seats and 2 aisles, whereas a narrow body has 1 aisle and a lot less seats. Of course, different manufacturers also have different ways of trying to enhance the aircraft experience with different entertainment systems, different lighting, trying to create like a prettier ambiance. Wow, I feel like a salesperson, man, trying to sell someone an aircraft. How much fuel is used from Singapore to destination? Okay, so an Airbus A320 burns roughly 3,000 liters of fuel per hour. So if the flight was to, let's say, Taiwan, you would burn roughly 14,000 liters of fuel. This is 3.5 hours long. And the A380 burns substantially more fuel, roughly 11,000 per hour. And if you were to fly to Munich, which is roughly 14 hours, you would burn close to 15,500 liters of fuel, which is pretty insane how much fuel that burns. Jesus Christ. And 1 ton of fuel equals 1,250 liters of fuel. Okay. What are the types of extra fuel carried on board? So you have the trip fuel, which is the fuel from takeoff to landing. You have the alternate fuel, which is the fuel that is meant to get you to an alternate airport in case of a diversion. You have the extra fuel, which is added at the discretion of the pilot, in case he feels he needs more fuel for whatever reason. And you have the reserve fuel, which is the fuel that is meant for unforeseen circumstances, such as bad weather changes, delays, or whatever circumstance might arise. And you're typically not allowed to tap into that fuel. Well, I didn't ask that. I'm just saying things so I know them. Golden A350, ready to sign? No, like, I would much rather you just talk to an airline and get me into a cadet program, please. That would be enough payment. In fact, I would pay you to do that. Thank you. What is the difference between Mayday and Pan-Pan? Or Pan-Pan? A Mayday call is an immediate emergency call with a threat of life, which requires immediate assistance. And a Pan-Pan call is an urgency call with no immediate threat of life. But the urgency is still there, of course. What does Mayday fuel or minimum fuel mean? What are the procedures like? When a pilot or an aircraft announces minimum fuel, it means they're approaching their reserve fuel but haven't yet exhausted the fuel that they can use. When they call out Mayday fuel, it means they're tapping into the reserve fuel, which should under normal circumstances never be tapped, and that they will then get immediate assistance by ATC because it's an emergency, and they will be brought to land as soon as possible. What are the effects of decompression? What should you do when faced with it? So decompression leads to a rapid loss in oxygen, which can lead to hypoxia, loss of consciousness, joint pain, dizziness, all sorts of bad things. And what you need to do is put on your oxygen mask immediately and initiate an emergency descent down to 10,000 feet where the air is breathable again. What should you do when an aircraft engine is on fire? Should the engine still be on fire after attempting to extinguish it? What should you do next? If a fire is identified, fuel supply to the affected engine should be cut off immediately. If after trying to extinguish it, the fire is still raging on, observe carefully, make sure that the fire doesn't spread, or observe carefully whether the fire is spreading or not, and prepare the aircraft for potential emergency landing and emergency evacuation procedures. Where are fire extinguishers typically located in an aircraft? In the passenger cabin, in the cargo hold, those are automatic. In the engine compartment, of course, those are usually electronically used by the pilot. In the on the flight deck, of course. And there was one more, I think. Oh, the lavatories, of course. Yeah, the lavatories. You are obligated to declare minimum fuel, as far as I know, and you're also obligated to declare emergency fuel. Both situations have to be declared to ATC. Describe how waypoints are determined and how determined and obtained. A waypoint is a predetermined point on planet Earth, basically, by getting the coordinates from its longitude and latitude. And then these coordinates can be manually inputted into a navigation device, or you can mark that set point on the navigation device, and the coordinates will be automatically obtained by the navigation device. How do pilots know the location of the aircraft? A GPS, under good conditions, gives the most accurate reading, but the inertial reference system can also help identify the location of the aircraft, and if available, you might be on the radar of ATC and they could help you with the location of your aircraft. Should an aircraft lose its GPS capabilities, how do pilots then fly the aircraft? If GPS is unavailable, then the inertial navigation system will have to be used, which that was a hard one. Which gives you the approximate location of the aircraft via 3 accelerometers and gyroscopes. They give you your attitude and speed. I should probably read up about that before I start talking too much shit. Pilots can determine the position of the aircraft through traditional navigation methods such as VOR radio beacons and the inertial navigation system. Visual reference such as landmarks might also become more useful. Yep. If available, ATC can also assist. INS system provides continuous dead reckoning. Dead reckoning is the estimated location of a body based on its last known location, speed, heading, and direction. Oh, sorry, time traveled. Yeah. And other than the dead reckoning position, it also gives you the speed, altitude, the speed and the altitude. Okay. That one is a hard one. Inertial navigation system. Okay. Dunzo. Majima. Alright, I don't have super much time though, so we'll just be playing for a while. But not that long. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, just from some preparation websites. Anyway, it doesn't even tap the possibility of questions. I'm just trying to, you know, obtain somewhat of a you know, knowledge pool that I can tap into. There's a lot, dude. It's very, very overwhelming. As of talking, of thinking.
雪が降ってきたな。敵戦に気ぃつけんと。戦略的徹底。あの島、お宝の匂いがするで。お宝ちゃん、待ってるよ。お宝見るのが待ち遠しい。
No, it doesn't, but it could help you do that. Because I feel like... I mean, the only reason why I'm even pursuing this career path is... that I feel I learned a lot of very valuable things through Dota in my life. Lots of important skills that would come in really handy for the journey ahead. That's the thing with cooldowns though. Usually you know the cooldown, you don't check for it, you know?
船長、周囲を警戒した方が良さそうだ。あの島、お宝の匂いがしない。
Well, let's hope I do get the chance eventually. Oh, it's like 100 people fight again, I think. Yeah. Why does every shinobi have a gun? Oh, this move again. Damn, he actually has a chainsaw. Oh, the Giga Tap move. Let's be honest, you can't be a lot more Giga Chat than that. Like lifting 2 people by squeezing their skulls. That's pretty damn badass, man. Yeah. A great finisher. Damn. The money. There, dun, 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 dun. Oh, no cam day. I forgot to put it on. Cause I just did some assessment thing. I had to turn it off in OBS. You know what I need to remember? In all interviews ever, just ask exactly what they're asking for. Like if they ask you like a really simple question, like how do you turn an aircraft? Just give them the simple answer, and that's it. The more you talk, the more can be used against you. No, I'm going to different ones. Hey bro, I don't think you should ever... I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but personal opinion, I don't think you should ever measure comfort and happiness in money. Like I know a lot of people that have a lot of money are not happy or comfortable in life because all they do is work. And people with a, you know, decent paying job are much happier, even if they could be working a job that gives them like 10 times the income, but they would have to work like all the time. Yeah. Happiness cannot be, I mean, I guess to a certain degree happiness can be bought, but not always. Just create your own business, make it successful, and never have any problems again. How does the ship move like that, dude? What is that? I think it's a pretty good idea, though. Damn, Chinese people are very smart, man. Yeah, I mean, that's how it works, right? You get hired by like 10 companies, but then you hire like 10 people to do the work that you were hired to do for those companies. It's very smart. So obviously, since he's in the news and stuff, what happened to him? He's still doing well or what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's illegal also. I mean, how did he expect to not get caught? Like, how? How can you do this and then think, yeah, I'm never gonna get caught? Like, you literally don't even have the same face, bro. No, but I mean, he wouldn't be getting away with it if it was public news already, right? Like, he wouldn't even know about it. As soon as the stuff makes public news, that means they got caught already. Yeah, that could genuinely work. Are there any Americans here right now? Guess not. He kind of looks like Mark Cuban. Okay, right now, guys. Okay, right now, Google Mark Cuban and look at the picture. And then look at this guy. What? You haven't seen how SAI got cheat for a maintenance service provider. Yeah, but I mean the facial structure, I feel like I have to do it myself. What? Very close. What are you talking about, bro? You put a helmet like this on him? Shark Tank. That's right. I don't care about your opinion anymore. I'm right. Thank you. Back tank is great, dude. Dude, my AI beat him up. Alright, time for Swashbuckle Showdown, guys. Swashbuckle Showdown. Oh shit, dude. But I haven't used the monkey yet. Misaki left my crew. Keg W, that's why I didn't level her. See, guys? I know what I'm doing.
Oh.
She got us. Final heaven, boys. Oh, I think I forgot to change the difficulty back. That's probably why the fight was so easy. I was wondering why I did no damage. Alright, whatever. Seems like a tough customer.
Huh?
Holy shit, the machine gun almost killed him instantly, dude. Cheap man OP. He's getting away. Oh, Misaki's back. Crap, I should have leveled her. Have you played Monster Hunter yet? Any of you? I heard it's getting negatively review bombed for its price tag and unstable performance.
なんやようさん入っとるやんなんや不気味な場所やな
I can't believe there's no dating in this game. Wow. He's a god of lightning, guys. Actually, Zeus. What? It killed everything, dude. What is this bird? Everyone is dead. Bro, what is even happening? Like, I just killed everything instantly. The Pharaoh Stone tanked it. Right, she didn't even get shot, bro. Relax. Okay, can somebody explain to me if the stone got shot and not her? Why is she unconscious like that? Because she fell? No way. She's actually just pretending, dude. Thank you. All my hard work undone in 1 second just because you protect yourself with the damn Pharaoh Stone. It's worth millions. $0. Wow. Or 800,000 points though. I got roughly an hour left. We might be able to actually play some of the main game now. Wait, so Sejima is still waiting? And what else? Nirvana Hotel. Oh, it's time for some love. Oh, no, I have no female in my group. I literally don't have a single girl in my group. What? What kind of video game is this? These biceps ain't for show, bro. Yeah, but she's not in my group, is what I'm saying. Like I just have men around me. Look, men and a tiger. Yeah. Bye. No, it's fake girl. We don't know if it's a girl or not. Completed chapter 2, guys. Woo! I remember what happened previously. I don't need your flashback. This Majima guy. Can I recruit you yet?
Aloha. Thank you.
Shen will grant you one wish. When you wish upon some balls. Chinese medicine shop, sushi restaurant, Seaside Avenue pool, pawn shop, mask doll, man chasing pickles, freak on top of dunghill, sweaty man near Coliseum. I have no idea where any of this is. I'm only going for big bounties now. Hassan, okay. Hassan, you're getting bountied, bro. Alright, let's fuck up Hassan real quick. This is your first fight. Alright, goodbye, Hassan. Weakling. 32,000. Mendoza. Alright, let's go. Wow. Am I playing on easy difficulty? Shouldn't be. I think I changed it. No, it's professional. What is this sound? Like, imagine you get hit in the face and go like, "Whoa!" How does this ship have no leader? How is this possible?
I'll teach you some ready for a beat down. I'll teach you ready for a beat down.
No, I'm running away, bitch. Was the chest always here? Oh, next KZ, of course. What am I up to nowadays? Being a useless human being. You know, the standard. Wasting away until I find my way.
Take a break. Take a break.
You already know what time it is. 暇つぶしにもならんわ。
俺、船長に。
誰がおらんか？おい。誰がおらんか？なあ。
Wah, wah, assholes. Oh shit, it's army boys. Super attack power! Not my fault, man. You're making it sound like it's my fault. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Aloha.
Noah's stronger. I don't have any fights left. Got 30 buddies. Oh, I got buddies. Woman! I don't want to have buddies. People don't even like me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You got us! And defeat the animals.
They won't know what hit them. Oh, how's that a girl again, Jensen? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep, cock. Alarm cock. Intended speed, what are you talking about? Well, 50 bear meat, bro. What's up, brah? Alright, I think I recruited every pet. Alright. I think that's where we have to end. And I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. And I don't know if I'll stream Saturday. Sunday, I mean. And of course, I have to leave on Monday. Monday morning. So I'll be back on Friday. But there could be a stream tomorrow or Sunday. I also have to figure out Monster Hunter.
I'll apologize. I'll apologize.
Oh yeah, latest I'll be back on Friday. But I think I should have some time tomorrow and probably... okay, I don't know about Sunday, but probably tomorrow and maybe Sunday. But we'll see. So I'll see you tomorrow or Sunday or next week Friday. Alright? Stay safe, my friends. If I don't see you till next week, make sure you don't get into any trouble. I'll be looking over you from above, yeah? Going to Taiwan. Alright. Does it mean? Means I'm your protection, bro. You look you look to the sky, and I'll be there. My head will be there. I'm like, don't get into trouble. Something like that. Alright. I see you all soon. Take care, my loves. Yeah, take a heart. And another, and another, and another, and another. 10. 10 total. I know, bro. I'm still waiting for you to, you know, do the thing. Do your magic, man. I need you to do your magic so I can come over. So I have an excuse to come over, you know? Thank you, guys. I'll catch you all soon, yeah? Take care, and bye-bye. See you. Thank you. Mwah. And enjoy the time without me. I know it's gonna be hard, but, you know, you'll have to manage somehow. Yeah. Bye-bye.